minutes, please. I would need your attention. Okay, 100%. Don't give me 95%. Please don't give me 90%. 100% attention, guys. That is what I'll be needing from you. All right, 100% attention, guys. That is what I'll be needing. Just within the next 40 minutes, let's say an hour, because I would be, glad to take questions from you guys as we proceed. Okay, so just before I kickstart fire run, I would like to get feedback from the comment section just to know you guys are with me 100%. Okay, just I would have said if you're joining for the first time, give me a one. Okay, that's easier. So if you're joining me for the first time, give me a one and probably where you're joining from. Okay, just a one and where you're joining from. I have your names already. I'll pick it up from there. Just a one, guys. A one if you're joining for the first time and where you're joining from. But if you've been joining us, you've been a part of our previous session, give me a 1-1. That's an 11. Okay, a 1-1 and where you're joining from. Okay. Guys, 100%. One is very short to type. One UK, one Nigeria, one Canada, one Mozambique, one Zimbabwe. I'm not getting any response. Guys. Guys, can you hear me at all? I did ask for a very short task to be sure you're 100% with me. A one in the chat box as well as where you're joining from. Just give me a one. The one we are joining in from. So I'll be sure you're 100% with us. Or does it mean if you're 80% with me, okay, if you're 80%, not 100%, okay, 1-1 Esther. Thank you very much for that. That means you've been a part of our previous session. Okay, okay, fine. That's fantastic. One, Wilson, fantastic. Okay, Wilson, fantastic. A one. I'm expecting more people. Wilson, fantastic. A one. I'm expecting more responses, but okay, I'll just I'll just move. Okay, and I hope to see getting more from you. All right, now today's session is pretty much straightforward. Okay, from application to offer, what makes candidates stand out? All right, what makes candidates stand out? And if you're just joining in, since you're joining in for the first time, we'll say define, okay, this talent loop and what we stand for. Now, as we proceed, okay, I'll be shedding more light on what we stand for now. It's very, 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 very good. It's going to be a very interesting session. Have well over 14 people with us here today. Now, a talent loop will help professionals who are looking to, moving from let's say a career path or no career path, or they are busy and they want to get into a different career path entirely. We stand here to coach and guide you to ensuring you land that dream job. Okay, at the maximum, you land your dream job. All right. We open you to recruiters and industries that you desire, hoping that you land a role with them. And Talent Loop is brought to you by our amazing founder. Okay, our amazing founder. Okay, he's a technology expert for over a decade now. Okay, he has also founded 10Analytics as well as co-found Dari. Okay, and this helped over, let's say, almost 3,000 plus people, transition from no tech background, no prior tech background. Can you send me the voice recording of this meeting? Oh, don't worry, Wilson. This meeting is 100% recorded, and if you go to our YouTube channel, you would have even previous sessions there. Okay, you could always catch up, and subsequent sessions would also be uploaded as well as this session. All right, now Adesa has helped tech professionals with no tech background, no prior tech background, okay, land their tech job, their first tech jobs, okay, their first tech jobs to be precise. All right, now he has experience across several sectors: sports, finance, ed tech, energy, automobile. and the likes. Okay, he's currently based in Alberta, Canada. All right. For some reasons, I do not have myself popping up. Okay, let's do it this way. I would unshare. Okay, so you could see me who is speaking to you 100%. Now, I am Abdullah Suleiman. Okay, I'm pretty much an employability associate during the day. Okay, during the day, that's one very interesting thing where I help coach, professionals, guide them, mentor them, equip them with groundbreaking skills and required life-changing opportunity, to land that required life-changing opportunity. Okay, I've helped countless number of job seekers sharpen their skills, build standout portfolios, confidently walk into interviews and ensure that those interviewers remember that they have interviewed someone. Okay, and that's what I do during the day. Okay, if you are interested of what I do at night, okay, I'll just say it. All right, it's going to be a very interactive session. I want everyone to follow me. Now, what I do at night is pretty much data engineering as well as analytics. Okay, data engineering as well as analytics. Now, at night, I love to work on data, a lot of data, and a lot of data. Okay, now that's just a bit about me. That is just a bit about me. Okay, now let's just get right into it. Now, what this session is about. Okay, what this session is about. I want everyone to please follow me. Like I said earlier, it's a 40-minute session. I require and I need 100% of your attention. Okay, please don't divide it. Don't give me 90%. I want 100%. All right, 100%. Now, from this session, we'll be understanding the hiring funnel. Okay, we'll be understanding the hiring funnel. Okay, now we'll be looking at standout application materials. Okay, we'll be looking at that. Now, trust me, this is not a practical session. Okay, I'm going to become conversing with you guys, and I would expect that you interact with me back or through the chat box. Okay, if you have any question, please you can type it during the session. If you have any question during the session, please you can type it in the chat box. I would definitely get it from there. However, I would still, open the floor for a Q&A session. Okay, a Q&A session. All right. Now, we'll explore the journey from submitting a job application to receiving an offer. Okay, to receiving an offer. Now, I would want to say that we would unpack what separates standout candidates from the rest. Okay. Now, remember, this is a session, okay, from application to offer, and what makes candidates stand out. All right, now we're going to look into that. All right, we are going to look into that. Okay, we're going to look into that now. Why does this session matter? Okay, why does this session matter? Um, Please, if you're just joining in, I would appreciate 100% if you can keep mute. Okay, just mute your microphone just so everyone can listen to my fantastic voice. I know I have a very fantastic voice, guys. All right, now why does this session matter? Why does this session matter? Now, the tech job market is saturated, guys. If you agree with me, you can give me a thumbs up or one in the chat. Is very saturated. I beg your pardon for that. And it makes, okay, fantastic. Thank you for that, Grace. All right. And it makes more than just qualifications to be noticed. All right. Guys, if you agree with me, you have all the qualifications, you're applying, you've had the certificates, certifications, but you're not getting a call back. Recruiters are not reaching out to you. No, while applying, no one is noticing your applications. It's like it's going into the thin air, okay, just like the breeze. All right. But I have a very good news. Okay, I have a very good news for you guys. Okay, and that good news is you require just small strategic shifts. Okay, very little, very little. Okay, the strategy you need to employ is very or employ. Okay, now you become the recruiter here and you employ a couple of strategies, guys. Okay, is very, very little. Okay, and what that strategy would do is it would make a very, very huge impact. Okay, it will make a very, very huge impact. Okay, and guys, trust me, if you're on this call today, you're gonna have what it takes to amplify it. Okay, you're gonna have you definitely have that potential. All right, and we are going to highlight it. Okay, together. We're gonna highlight it together, guys. We're gonna highlight it together, guys. Right now, remember, guys, we need to understand the hiring funnel. Okay, the hiring funnel is from application to shortlisting, ATS, or recruiter review, guys. If you've heard of ATS before, you can give me a thumbs up now. After the application, you get shortlisted. After that, you pretty much get into the interview. Okay, and these are all steps before you land the offer. Okay, now trust me, every stage you need to stand out. Okay, you need to stand out. Now, most people underestimate how quickly applications are filtered. How quickly, okay, applications are filtered. Oh, guys, you guys are not seeing my screen. Wow, I'm really sorry about that. Wow, guys, I must. Wow, this is very, very, very. This has been very terrible. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. My screen went off, and okay, we're just gonna continue. Okay, now the hiring funnel. Okay, the hiring funnel. Now, most people underestimate how quickly applications are filtered. Okay, most people underestimate how quickly applications are filtered. Now, if you've heard of the applicant tracking system, which is the ATS, okay, which is the ATS, okay, and this is the ATS and recruiter, okay, are the ones who determine shortlisting. Okay, they are the ones who determine shortlisting. Now, if you one thing, no worries, Wilson, we'll get back to you. To be very honest, I think my problem is my CV because if it were to be experienced, I'm very experienced. All right, and no worries. In fact, pretty much now that I'm speaking about the applicant tracking system, trust me, it takes recruiters and ATS a couple of seconds, not more than 7 seconds, to skim through. Okay, I'm not going to say scan through, they just skim through it. All right, skim through for keywords, apparently for keywords. And you have just one job, guys. You have one job. Your job there is to make it easy for them to shortlist you. Okay, it will make it easy for them to shortlist you. All right, it will make it easy for them to shortlist you. Okay, your job is to make it easy for them to shortlist you. Now, how do you make it easy for them to shortlist you? Okay, how do you make it easy for them to shortlist you? Now, for Wilson, I'll just use Wilson case as a scenario here. Now, let's say you have a very fantastic CV. Your CV is fantastic. You have all the keywords in it. You have all the experience that is slated in the job description. In fact, copy and paste the job description. So, if you run it through an ATS, you definitely get 100%. But there might be one problem. All right, there might be one problem. And what is that problem? The problem might be that there is a formatting error. Okay, you might have used tables to use tables, but indentations are wrong, and it will be difficult for the ATS to read it. It will be difficult for the ATS to read it. All right, it will be difficult for the ATS to read it, guys, and that's going to just automatically disqualify you. Now you'll be wondering, why even copy the job description, you know, and you're not getting a call back. It's never scaling through. Okay, you could even run it through some bots, and you do not get the required percentage. You'll be having very low ATS score. And that's because you have missed out on a very little detail, which is formatting error, guys. Just as little as formatting error. Now, I'm not speaking of if you don't even have the proper keywords or the proper qualifications from the JD in that CV. Okay, as little as formatting could cause you not to stand out. Okay, could cause you not to stand out. All right, could cause you not to stand out, guys. So the next thing I want to talk about here is your CV. Okay, I had touched a bit about CV, but let me just bring your attention again to if it's the recruiter now. Okay, the recruiter on the other hand, not the ATS now. Okay, not the ATS. Now you have to tailor your CV to each job. Okay, this has been overemphasized. Okay, we always say it and we always say it. Okay, now you focus on impact, use metrics and achievements. I've had scenarios where candidates would feel like they need to sound very humble. They want to sound humble. They don't want to really sell themselves. And guys, if you agree with me, your CV is a paper representation of who you are. A paper, in fact, that's the first impression a recruiter is gonna have of you. Even the ATS, trust me, the ATS is pretty much the first impression they are gonna have of you. All right. Using metrics and achievements. And guys, like my session a couple of weeks back where I did talk about how to use transferable skills. Guys, if you don't have the required achievements or the required skills, okay, for these action verbs, I'll still come to this. If you don't have that, okay, guys, you have transferable skills. Trust me, you have transferable skills. Be it a stay-at-home dad like myself, or a data engineer like myself, or a professional driver. Trust me, I love driving. I did miss that out while I was introducing myself earlier. Okay, one thing that I love to do is I love driving, and that brings me to one thing, guys. You see, your resume, okay, your CV is not a biography. Okay, nobody cares who Abdullahi is on the background, whether I'm the second child of 15 or I come from, I'm a prince from a local village in Dubai. Okay, no one is really interested in that. Okay, what they are interested in is, you tailor it, you use quantifiable, metrics. Okay, quantify your impact instead of saying something like responsible for data migration. All right, instead of saying you're responsible for data migration, you would want to say something like you've migrated 200K records with 99.9% accuracy, improving system speed by 20%. Guys, those are the kind of action verbs, okay, recruiters want to see in your CV, pretty much in your CV. Okay, those are the kind of, and again, your CV definitely needs to stand out. Your CV definitely needs to stand out. And now I'm going to come into your cover letter and your LinkedIn. Now, your cover letter is one thing that should be personalized. Okay, should be personalized. The cover letter should have should send this narrative to your potential employers that look, this person is confident, is focused. All right, you're going to draw a tailored connection between your past experience and that which you're looking to getting into. Now, that's what your cover letter is, guys. If you don't back your applications with your cover letter, trust me, you're wrong. Okay, you're wrong. All right, if you don't back your applications with your cover letter, you're not doing the right thing. All right, you are not doing the right thing. Now, as for your LinkedIn, okay, you would need a professional photo, not that one that has a busy background. If you're like myself, that I really like football, even if I'm not a fan of football, I just like to see the picture of football. All right, you shouldn't have it on your profile picture. I really love cars. I shouldn't have that on my profile picture. All right. Your headline is equals to your value. Okay. Your headline is going to send a kind of message to recruiters that, look, this person is keen on this, that, and this. Okay. This person has a focus on this and that. And, you know, one very important thing about about your LinkedIn, about your LinkedIn is, it's a 247 recruiter. That's one thing. Your LinkedIn is a 247 recruiter. Trust me, just before this session, I got a very fantastic message from a recruiter. And I think that did lift my spirits up. Okay. That did lift my spirits up. Not that I'm going to, accept that offer, but someone is busy, someone is there giving me attention. I like the attention. Trust me, if you've not gotten messages from recruiters, you wouldn't understand what I mean by recruiters are giving you attention. I used to think back then that um only the other gender of the gender that I am currently likes attention. I didn't specify. Okay, but I know there is a gender that like attention. But after having multiple calls from recruiters, I pretty much like that situation. Okay, I was expecting them to drag me, but that's fantastic. No one is dragging me here. So one thing you want to do is keep your LinkedIn clean. Okay, don't talk about politics. Don't engage comments that are not necessary. Okay, comments, don't make comments if they are not necessary. Don't make those comments. Okay, don't be in your LinkedIn and you're talking about things that are not relevant. Pretty much keep it clean. Okay, keep your LinkedIn clean, keep it active. Okay, I'll tell you for a fact, Abdullahi's LinkedIn is not active. Okay, I'm guilty as charged. My LinkedIn is not active, but there is a trick that I do. Okay, even if it is not active, there is a trick that I do that optimizes my LinkedIn and puts it at the forefront of recruiters. Okay, I put my LinkedIn at the forefront of recruiters. This is not just because I'm not interested in the job. Okay, I'm not interested in the job, but I like to try new things. Like I mentioned earlier, I love the attention from recruiters. Okay, so you keep your LinkedIn clean, keep it active, and ensure it reflects your values. Okay, it reflects your values, and trust me, recruiters would come to you. Okay, recruiters would come to you, and again, you know what the message is. Your social proof must stand out. Okay, your social proof must stand out. Now, one of the this is the part of the hiring funnel that I love the most. Okay, interview preparation. Interview preparation. Now, you research the company and role. In fact, you stalk them since once you have that invite, the interview invite, what I would expect from anyone who really wants to land that offer is to stalk that company, stalk the founder, stalk the CEO, stalk the HR manager, stalk the chief operating officer, stalk anyone in that organization. But guys, be careful while you're stalking, okay? But please stalk them. It is very, very important. All right. Let them see that you have gone through their page, you have gone through their profile. All right. You research the company. Okay. One thing again that people I have at days I did take a session concerning the seat approach. And what does this seat approach help you with? Makes your introduction stand out, your elevator pitch, it makes it stand out where you speak about your skill, your experience, your achievements, and your traits. Very concise, in a very, very concise manner. You hit the nail directly on the head. Okay, your star method. Now, the star method is usually used to, answer behavioral um, question or questions that tend to, you know, pinpoint your core competence, okay, where you speak about situation, the task, the action, and the result. The situation, the task, the action, and the result. Now, you would always want to sell yourself while you're using these two method. the SITS approach and the STAR approach. Okay, while you're speaking about the two of them, you would want to, you would want to sell yourself. Okay, you would want to sell yourself 100%. And guys, you would want to practice. Trust me, practice is equals to perfection. Okay, you practice, practice, practice. All right, how do you practice? Like myself, I have a very big mirror. I stand in front of that mirror before any session, and I present my screen and I speak to myself like I'm speaking to the audience. There is one trick that I do. Okay, I'm going to give that trick to you guys. If you're interested in that trick, can you give me a thumbs up? If you're interested in the trick, can you give me a thumbs up, guys? If you're interested in the trick, can I get a thumbs up? Oh, fantastic one, James. I guess James is the only one interested in that trick. I would definitely message James and tell him the trick. I need more thumbs up. Oh, more fair. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Dari. Guys, I need more thumbs up. I need to be sure that you're 100% with me. You're 100% with me. I want to share a trick. Esther, fantastic. Rebecca, fantastic. Wilson, fantastic. That's Elizabeth, fantastic. All right, thank you very much for that. Now, the trick is before any interview, guys, before any interview, I learned this from my mentor back in the days. He said, before he gives any talk, okay, he takes a very nice shower. Don't say, oh, because it's remote, you're gonna just go there with a pale face, you don't care about your dressing. He says one thing: take a very good shower, apply or wear your nicest perf, okay? And what does that, what would that do, guys? It's going to boost your confidence, because it's your confidence that is required in any interview. Okay, it's gonna boost your confidence. 100% boost to your confidence. Trust me. If you think that trick doesn't work, try it. Just try it once and you'll see the magic. Okay, if possible, guys, okay, if possible, put on your nicest footwear. Okay, it might sound funny, it might sound very funny, but trust me, that's gonna boost your confidence. Okay, it's going to take it from, let's say, 50% to 95%. And the remaining 5% is going to come from the fact that you have prepped for the interview. Okay, you have prepped for the interview. And trust me, one very key thing that is required is you need a mentor. You need someone who's going to guide you. You need someone who's going to be, who you're going to be accountable to while preparing. You need someone who, pretty much would ask you questions, will put you on that hot seat. Okay, you don't want to embarrass yourself during an interview, so you need someone who you would not want to embarrass yourself to before the interview, and that is what is going to make you leave a lasting impression to your potential employers. To your potential employers. Fantastic one, Lamidi. I appreciate you for that. Okay, that's going to help you leave a lasting impression to potential employers. Guys, trust me, that trick is one that I have been using for ages, even down till today. Okay, I'm not just going to show you my footwear. All right, I still use it today, and that's why I'm this fired for this session. Okay, it works like magic, guys. It works like magic. Okay, now your interview performance. I had touched a bit about that. About that, that was the trick that I did mention. Okay, interview performance. Okay, be present, be curious. Okay. Oh, I have it on my slide. I should have taken this out. I thought I did take it out. Okay. You're gonna dress appropriately. Okay. I had touched on that. Okay. And it's gonna help you speak clearly and confidently. Okay. This is gonna help you with this. Okay. Dress appropriately, even if it is a virtual call like we have today. All right. Now, one thing is you need to be present, you need to be curious, you need to be real. Okay, you need to be authentic. Okay, you need to be authentic. And even if you have that doubt that, oh, you're meeting with the head of operations you're meeting with the scrum lead, the scrum master lead, and you're going to be asked some questions. Remember, it's a two-way conversation. Don't go there like you're going to lecture them. Okay, you're going to speak to them like you know your onions, guys. That's one thing that my mentor did mention to me. You're going to speak to them like you know exactly what you are there to say and what is required for you to do. Okay, you're going to speak with 100% conviction. And trust me, you know, you are as much as you're being interviewed, you are interviewing them too. Okay, you're interviewing them too. Your energy is one thing that matters. Okay, your energy is one thing that matters. Okay, your energy is one thing that matters. And guys, just so I would not forget, okay, just so I would not forget, you need to show that you're interested in the role and the company's mission. Guys, remember when I said you stop the company? Okay, there you're gonna download a lot of things about the company's mission, their latest news, what they stand for, if they're after the green energy. Okay, just don't speak about any regime. Okay, just speak about things about that are trending. Okay, important things that the company is after, and you speak about it. You turn that to your own goal, your own value, and things you look at achieving in the nearest future. That's going to, again, leave that lasting impression. Okay, that's going to leave that lasting impression. All right, that is going to leave that lasting impression. Guys, there is something around after the interview. After the interview, okay, there is something around after the interview. Guys, we don't really pay attention to it. Okay, it is always important after the interview. Okay, usually I would say maximum an hour after the interview. Okay, send them a thank you email. But let's say you're busy with other things. Don't let it cross 24 hours, please. Right? Send them a thank you email. Say, in that email, you're going to reinforce your interest as well as the thank you. Okay? You enforce your interest as well as the thank you. All right. Now, this is the part where I don't like. Okay. Let's say, for example, you've been rejected. Okay. I had received, in as much as I say I like attention from recruiters, and have gotten calls from them, I've gotten interview invites, tons and tons of them. Trust me, the rejections that I had received is in multiple, in fact, exponential folds of the callbacks. Okay, of the callbacks. And I would tell you what this has helped me with. Okay, now, by every rejection, okay, I don't like to use that word rejection, but by every rejection, okay, request for a feedback, and I'll tell you what this would do for you. Okay, what this would do for you. Now, you see, what made me a career coach are all the feedbacks I had gotten from thousands, tons of rejection, a lot of them. Okay, a lot of them. Now, while I'm trying something new, I'm getting another rejection, and I'm like, oh, I need to do another one. While I'm almost getting there, let's say after the first stage, guys, I've gotten rejection after the 8th stage of an interview. Okay, you see, that day I could not take anything. But one thing, guys, is after every rejection, okay, please, if you have gotten the rejection very early in the morning, ensure you still take breakfast, okay, and stay positive. Take breakfast, drink water, stay very positive, because that positivity would make you think towards, it will open your mind to reflect, okay, to refine your approach. And guys, there is something that I always tell every candidate or every, professional who I'm coaching, when you're stepping into an interview, okay, um, even if myself, Abdullah, is going to lie to you, you wouldn't lie to yourself. Okay, you would not lie to yourself. Record the interview. Okay, just send yourself a VN. That WhatsApp has that very fantastic feature where you can send yourself a message. Open the VN, leave it open, record yourself for the next 1 hour or for the next 30 minutes. Record yourself, listen to yourself again. While you're done with the interview, trust me, listen to it. You give yourself that honest feedback. Okay, you would ask yourself one question: if I'm the recruiter or if I'm the employer, would I employ myself? Would I give myself this role? Did I stutter too much? Or do I need to reduce my filler words? Do I need to cut out on how I say or how I say yeah, or how I say do you know, how I say pretty much, you know, how much I say, you need to you listen to it, and it's going to help you refine how you speak generally. Okay, now what that will help you do is, instead of using filler words, guys, I'm pretty much going back to the interview prep segment. Just one thing that I tell people: instead of using filler words while speaking, okay, instead of using filler words, and this is one thing that I have incorporated with myself. Instead of using filler words, I'm someone who used filler words a lot back in the days, and I'll tell you a background story. I used to be a very shy person. In fact, currently I'm still a very shy person. Okay, I'm very shy. I feel like turning off my camera, but I'll just leave it open because I'm a coach pretty much. For the past half a decade, have been interfacing with a lot of people, and I'm still very shy. Okay. Now, one thing you would want to do if you use a lot of filler words, if you're a very shy person, or if you're someone who you're not vocally strong, okay, your strength is not in your vocals, but you need to sit for an interview. Okay, one thing you need to do is talk slowly, take a pause, don't rush through, don't have a conversation. Okay, how you have a conversation with your fellow guys, because you want to sound professional. While you say a word, you're free to take a pause and say another word and take a pause. Now what this would help you do is it would give you the opportunity of using several stress on the syllables as you're saying those words. Now it's going to drive your message differently, guys. I'm sharing you this very fantastic trick, and this is only what I give to individuals who I should prep. Okay, who I should prep. Okay, the message here again is you need to still leave a lasting impression. Okay, and what that is pretty much around proactiveness, guys. Remember, sending an email after an interview is 100% recommended. All right, 100% recommended. Remember again, guys, if you are rejected, request for feedback. Okay, request feedback. Trust me, they would always give feedback. All right, they would always give feedback. And one thing, always stay positive. Okay, if um you need someone to motivate you, or just speak to the admin. Okay, get my contacts from them, reach out to me. All right, reach out to me. Trust me, there are ways I would motivate you. There is a link, they will send it to you, or I will have a one-on-one, not everyone on this call, and I'll tell you how I could motivate you if you need to stay positive. All right, or if you're like myself who likes to do things the hard way, just take a very cold Pepsi or Coke. I'm not a fan of any of them. Pepsi or Coke goes for me. All right, take a very cold one, and you begin to see life from a different dimension. I'm just joking, guys. Okay, you just need to stay positive, reflect and refine your approach. Okay, stay positive, reflect and refine your approach, guys. Reflect and refine your approach. Okay, now here is a takeaway. Okay, here is a takeaway. Like I have been saying from the beginning down to here. Okay, from the beginning down to here, there is one thing: standing out is a skill that you can learn. Guys, standing out is a skill that you can learn. Okay, nobody was born a superstar. No one was born with a skill that they currently have. You could agree with me if you know how to drive a car. Okay. There was a point where it seemed very impossible. How do I even apply the brakes? How do I move from the first gear to the second gear? And now you're a pro at it. While you're learning, it seemed impossible. So, guys, standing out is a skill. Okay, standing out is a skill, and you can always learn it. It's transferable. Okay, from person A to person B. Okay, you just need a mentor. You just need someone to guide you. Guys, confidence. Guys, confidence. Sorry about that. Confidence. Okay, confidence is something that grows with preparation. Okay, confidence grows with preparation. Like I had mentioned, confidence. In fact, if you want to build your confidence, guys, if you want to build your confidence, there are steps. I did share a trick about, having a very nice outfit. In fact, taking a very warm shower, wear a very nice outfit, put on a very nice perfume, wear your best perf and footwear, rather, your best footwear, your best perf. That's going to build your confidence, okay, your courage. All right. Now, like I had mentioned previously, every no, okay, using feedback, leveraging on feedback. Those guys don't hate you. There's nothing personal. Okay, whenever you leverage feedback, trust me, it's going to get you closer to a yes. Okay, it's going to get you closer to a yes. And one thing that I need every one of us to look at or to put at the back of our mind is whenever you're job hunting, okay, while you're hunting for a job, you're building your future. Okay. Even in the job, how you take that job, how you work on the road, you're building your future, you're paving way. Trust me, you could job hunt in your current role in an organization. All right. So the hunt doesn't end after the offer because there is going to be monthly retrospect, okay, by every quarterly. There are going to be meetings that will talk about your performance, and you would want to, you know, be on that role and seem like you need to move forward in that role. Okay. Okay. And one thing that I would also require you to put at the back of your mind is you need to be the best fit for the role. Okay. The best fit for the role. And by that, you always keep learning. Always keep learning. Always keep learning. Okay. One thing I like to pride myself on is to showing participants that we have worked with here at Talent Loop, and we've helped them implement these things. We've helped them implement a couple of these things. Now, this is one of very fantastic professional that I had worked with. All right. And the message, just like from today, you stood out from the crowd. Okay. You stood out. Trust me, back in the days, whenever they tell me, or whenever I hear them, call out while I was still very young, when I mean very young, let's say I'm during my, early education age down to, the higher, the high school stages of my life. Whenever they call a very naughty child out and they say, is the black sheep amongst the pupils, I used to think is a very bad thing. But trust me, while you apply for a job, you want to be the black sheep. Okay, you don't want to be among the crowd. You want to stand out. All right, you want to be that black sheep. Okay. Um, I know black things is associated with I know black things are usually associated with the negative side of things, but trust me, that's not the case. Okay. Um, um, I'm a black man from a black society. Okay. I'm standing out as a black man in my organization. Okay, that there's a company I consult with as a data engineer. I can categorically tell you that I am the only person of color. And guess what, guys? Guess what? Even one of my mentors has mentioned this same thing I'm about to say. Others are working under me. Okay, it's a very fantastic experience while you have that. You stand out as a black sheep, but you're ruling others. Who okay? Let's not go into there. Let's not go there, guys. Okay, and move on to the next. All right. This is also a very fantastic professional where recruiters are reaching out to them via LinkedIn. All right, via LinkedIn. Her LinkedIn is an outlier. Now, this fantastic professional, an outlier, and I'll tell you the reason why. We do not even have a profile picture, and we have recruiters, and that's one thing that I had mentioned. There are ways to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Like myself, I'm not fully active on LinkedIn. However, I still tend to magnet them. You do not just want to attract recruiters to yourself, you want to magnet them to you. Okay, you want them to always get to you, always come to you. All right, and this is them also telling me that a recruiter reach out to them again, multiple. These are interview invites from fantastic professionals that I work with. Okay, fantastic professionals that I work with. All right, now here at Talent Loop, I'm Dari. Okay, here at Talent Loop, I'm Dari. Okay, or if you want to put I'm Dari first because you have it on my banner. Okay, we can help you stand out. All right, we can help you stand out. And here is how we'll do that. Okay, here is how we will do that. Now, you would ignore, usually, people will tell you, a research done by hiring teams will tell you that you need to do 276 applications, to even think of getting an offer. Now, some people will tell you that they have done over 400 applications and they are even yet to scale through from the interview stage. And what does this imply? Over 15, 20 to 15 job applications per day. Trust me, if you want to revamp this daily, it, that's a job on its own. All right, it's a very fantastic job on its own where the job you have, the full-time role you have is to apply to jobs. All right. It's a very fantastic role. It's very taxing when you want to do this. Okay. You're not going to be paid for it, but you have to do this religiously, like you're being paid for it. Okay. Now, here is what we do differently at Talent Loop. Okay. Here is what we do differently at Talent Loop. Now, we do not sporadically apply to jobs for you. Okay. We apply to tailored jobs. We apply to tailored jobs for you. Okay, and by doing so, we can pride ourselves guaranteeing you 3 job interviews. Three guys, 3 job interviews. Okay, 3 job interviews. All right. And one very fantastic thing that we ensure that we do here at Talent Loop is we prep you for the interview. Trust me, I love it. I like it. In fact, it always lifts my mood whenever I get a call by any of my team member or even from candidates I work with, or my team member is putting it on the platform that so and so has an interview invite. Trust me, it's like a bee and a flower. I always want to get to that flower. Always want to prep. This is the best part, prepping for the interview, because I know whenever you're equipped, while you're equipped with the required resources and the skills and the technical know-how of stepping into the interview, guys, one thing is guaranteed. If you don't land it the first time, yes, human error, as long as you follow suit what we have given, even if you don't land it the first time, I can assure you that you would pick a lot that will put you on a pedestal that would ensure you land within these 3 job interviews. You definitely land one. I can assure you that. Okay, whenever we prep you for an interview, right? Now, one thing is guaranteed: you get 3 interviews, 3 interviews. Okay, and how do we help you stand out? How do we help you stand out? Your CV and your LinkedIn would be reviewed by a professional and revamped. Okay, now this is going to help your profile. We're going to enhance it for you. Something around optimizing. I do use this word, search engine optimization. I know it's only the guys who are into, digital marketing that likes to say that word, but I employ it here. And the reason is because I do a thing around, search engine optimization for your LinkedIn profile, magnet recruiters to you. All right. And we help you. We apply to tailor jobs daily. We apply to tailor job daily, and we manage the entire application process. Okay, how do we do this? Is one often question that we get. How do we do this? Is a question that we get most times. All right, very simple. We ask you, create a Gmail. All right, we use that Gmail to open a Chrome profile for you. Now we use that to register to job boards. There are specific job boards that we have. Register on those platforms, a lot of them, putting you out there. Now what do we do? Well, you're like a very beautiful flower now. After revamping your CV and your LinkedIn, we'll be so happy to put you out on different platforms. We're so glad to put you out there to attract recruiters. Now, let's say you're not really attracting recruiters the way we want it for some reasons. Maybe the recruiters are so busy with other candidates and they have an oversight on you. What do? We do a push out. Okay, we do that thing where we pull recruiters to you by reaching out to them, and that's one leverage we get from our founders at Deiza. One leverage we get from them. They have access to recruiters, a lot of recruiters that they have worked with across different sectors, across different fields, across different continents. Very fascinating professionals. Now we have access to those recruiters and we reach out to them on your behalf. Okay, telling them that, oh, look, we have so and so who is so good on this, who has done this in the past. We pretty much sell you in your absence. Now you don't know we are doing this. However, it's going to give you that leverage. People are going to reach out to you at the end of the day. You're just going to get an invite, or you're invited for an interview. And what do? We just pull out the job description as well as the CV, and we send it out to you. The last session we had last week from one of my fantastic colleagues, where she did talk about the hidden job market. Now that's how we tap into that hidden job market. Okay, we tap into that hidden job market, and this is how we ensure that you stand out. Okay, and this is why we could always tell you, always, in fact, this is our bragging rights. 3 interviews within 6 to 8 weeks. It's 100%, and that's why we pride ourselves with it. Okay, 3 interviews within 6 to 8 weeks, and one very fantastic thing that I like to put this everywhere. Okay, the preparation. Okay, the preparation. All right, we always prepare you for this interview. We ensure that transferable skills are not missing. We help you look at the loopholes. We help you, pinpoint tips and tricks on how you would ace the interview. All right, how you would ace the interviews. Okay, some more participants who will have helped, some more participants. This is Ene did land data scientist role, okay, with a company in the UK. Very fantastic professional. She did everything that was required of her. All right. And that very day, she made my morning. She did come to my DM and she told me that she got the offer. She got the offer. NA is a very fantastic professional, right from how she had worked with us from our training program at Analytics. She did there is a soft skill session at Analytics where we do a thing about grooming professionals on how they can enhance their LinkedIn profile, their CV, enhance their visibility across board. Now, we groom them even before they get to us. Now, she did fantastically well with her LinkedIn. In fact, she's a professional that I like to pride myself that I did prep her for an interview, and she did her due diligence, and it eventually helped her land the role. Now, here is another fantastic professional. Yetunde is in the US. She did land a customer support specialist. Yetunde was in my DM yesterday, and she was appreciating me. And something funny really happened. She said, um, that it was yesterday that I realized that even as a man, I like gifts. She came to my DM after this is I think she should be pretty much within a month now or over a month on this road. She was in my DM and after we had a conversation, she was telling me a bit about the role, and she said she wants to appreciate me. I should tell her what my network provider is. Out of excitement, I typed the wrong one. Guys, I was so excited, I typed the wrong one. And she told me that she understands how that feeling is. Trust me, I'm someone who barely gets gifts from people. So whenever I get oh, sent what service provider do you use? It throws me off balance. The excitement is such that I cannot contain. I could even have myself dancing unknowingly. Okay, but that's by the way. Now she did land a customer specialist, and I'll tell you one very fantastic thing about why we have the regime down in that region. Laying off people of color, immigrants, and all, and you have companies, tearing down talent. She did land an almost six-figure role as a customer support specialist. When I mean almost, in fact, approximately a six-figure you know, role. Very fantastic offer. I was wowed. And I told her that this is an offer that is once it's always in a blue moon. Always in a blue moon. Okay. Another fantastic professional that we have worked with here at Talent Loop, Temidayo, project management. She did land her job 1 month after subscribing with us. A Scrum Master based in Winnipeg, Canada. Okay, you know, she secured several interviews. One thing that I forgot to tell you about Yetunde in the previous slide is Yetunde had one interview invite, and we converted it to that offer. One interview invite, one offer. Okay, Ene was multiple invites, but Ene was telling me she doesn't want to prep for this. In fact, Ene she guys, you know how recruiters are so happy to send you, unfortunately. Ene said it was her time to do it back to them because she had tons of interviews and she was happy to tell them that unfortunately she is so occupied and she cannot make out time for them. Guys, don't worry. You could be the next Ene or even better than Ene. Okay. It's a Jimoh Mercy, in Nigeria, landed several interviews with her. No worries, I'll be sharing the slides. You have everything in there. But I'll implore you, watch this video. In fact, you could subscribe to our channel. Okay. But when you get the slides, you could easily click on this and go to the YouTube video where Ene was sharing her experience about Talent Loop and how we did, as well as Christiana. You can click on this, how we did, help her, you know, get that visibility to the outside space. Okay, get that visibility. It's one thing that you always need as long as you are in this session. All right, it's one thing that you need. Now, we have a June batch. Okay, we have a June batch. Now, June is next month. Just a couple of days. I think June should be tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. However, I can assure you that the June batch, now this 10 slot is for the ending of June. Now, for the 28th of June, that's when this new batch would begin. Okay, that's when this new batch. Now, if you're looking to join, it is ending by the ending of June. That's when we can, because we are pretty much filled up, and we always want to give you that premium experience. Okay, that premium exclusive experience. Make it tailored to you, so we don't take much, guys. We have a lot of team members on board that work with just a few selected people who we work with. Now, if you want to be a part of this 10 slot, okay, of this 10 slot left for June, please check in the inbox message. Okay, check the inbox message, the in-call message. All right, and you'd see the message, you'd see a message there prompting you that you could be a part of this 10 store. Just click on the link, okay? And it's pretty much straightforward. All right, click on the link and it's pretty much straightforward. Now, we have a couple of packages. Okay, we have a couple of packages. All right, we have a couple of packages. Now, the comprehensive package, okay? I beg your pardon. Okay, I'm always excited whenever I see this. So I pretty much like to jump to the comprehensive package. Let's start from the basic package, guys. Let's start from the basic package. Now, the basic package, we would help you polish your CV for clarity. Okay, would help you use the required action verbs in your CV and would help you ensure that your CV is ATS optimized. Okay, you would have that generic CV that whenever you put it through an ATS, you are 100% sure that the ATS would be able to read it. Guaranteed, the ATS would be able to read through it. And that's one thing would help you do, as well as your LinkedIn. Now, will help you optimize your LinkedIn. Would ensure that your LinkedIn is such that it attracts recruiters to you. Okay, your LinkedIn attracts recruiters to you. Now, that is for the basic package. Now, for the premium package, you get everything in the basic package, as well as we help you apply to tailor jobs. Okay, with Magnet, um, we pull recruiters to you. We put you out there for recruiters to reach out to. We help you apply to tailor jobs, okay? And we assure you 3 interviews within 6 to 8 weeks. 3 interviews within 6 to 8 weeks. Okay. Now you know, we help you take that heavy lifting. All right. We take that heavy lifting away from you and help you apply to these roles. Okay, we help you apply to it. Let's say you don't even have time. All right, you know what is required for you to do, and you don't have the time to apply because it's time consuming to having to revamp your CV, tailor it job upon job application, pretty much take the heavy lifting off of you. All right. Now, the comprehensive package, the package that I like the most, and the reason is because you get everything, the basic, everything the premium, because the premium contains the basic. Now you get everything the premium has, as well as interview preparation. The interview preparation, guys. Remember when I mentioned that I like interview prep. Okay, interview prep. Now, interview preparation is one thing that I pride myself on. Okay, interview prep is one thing that I pride myself on. Now we have been doing, and our success rate is very high. So far, again, 100% so far. Now, for the ones that we had just done of recent, we're still waiting for a callback. We are still waiting for a callback. As long as it's a comprehensive package, you know, success rate has been very high. Okay, very, very high. Now, let's say you still you need clarity. You need to speak to someone like me or a professional from our team, how we can help you, tailored help. Okay, you could there would be a link in the in-call message very soon. My team member will have it there where you can book a call, a one-on-one call with one of us, and you speak to a career coach. We'll let you know what is required. You tell us what you need, and we give you what is required for you to do. Okay, should have it there. And please, Grace, help with the clarity link. So if you want to book a clarity call, all right, if you want to book a clarity call, however, we have 10 slots remaining. Okay, 10 slots remaining for this batch. Okay, 10 slots remaining for the June batch. Okay, guys, I had spoken for over an hour. I did mention between 40 minutes to an hour. So please, if you have questions and answer, if you have questions or you require clarity on a couple of things, please do well to raise your hand. I'll take it in a chronological manner. Okay. Please do well to raise your hands and I'll, call on you, answer, and, I pretty much have the call. Um, Open the floor to answer your call. Just raise your hand. I take your Rebecca, when you're asking for discounts, I pretty much don't really get what you mean by discounts, but are you trying to pay at the moment? Are you trying to pay at the moment?
Hello, good evening.
Rebecca,
Can you hear me?
hi Rebecca, good evening. Nice to hear from
Yeah,
you.
thank
Yes,
you for
loud
that.
and
Yeah, I just want the last I think the last batch was around May. There was discount on the fee. I don't know why I'm not seeing that here, if I'm not mistaken.
um did you speak to any of our professionals? In
Oh,
fact, let me even know where you're
I
coming
think
from.
I spoke
First,
to you at length.
with
Yeah,
me. Rebecca, you did speak with me at length. Was
yes,
it a
last,
clarity call? One.
yes, yes, yes.
Oh, fantastic. You did join Talent Loop, correct? Sorry, Dari or Tenalytics.
Ten analytics, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Now, because you're an alumni, okay, now your package from Tenalytics carries interview preparation already.
I know.
Carries interview preparation already. Now, what you would want to do is not to pay for the comprehensive package. Now, the discount there is you pay for the premium package and you get the comprehensive package. Okay, you pay for the premium package and you get 100% comprehensive package. We prep you, we guide you through. In fact, if you register today on this spot and you have an interview coming up tomorrow, we'll do all it takes to ensure that you're prepped for that. Okay, and if you pay for this today, okay, and you pretty much want to just have a feel of what an interview, a proper interview is like. You've not been having experience. Okay, you could book a session with us. Okay, you could book a session with one of us, and we'll take you through a prep scenario, end to end, a proper interview. Okay, so the discount there is you pay for the premium package, Rebecca. Okay, and you would benefit 100% from the comprehensive package. All right, because this premium package would, would contain applying to targeted jobs. And what that means is we would keep revamping your CV continuously, non-stop, okay? Such that whenever you get an interview, we'll send you that JD, the job description of that role, as well as detailed CV to that application. Okay, and we'll be doing that for you. We'll take the heavy lifting off of you and we would be applying for you. Now that's why you want to pay for the premium package, because that's pretty much what we'll be doing for you here. The new thing we'll be doing for you. Now, because you are an alumni or alumnus of Analytics, you would get the comprehensive package. I hope that answers your question, Rebecca.
Not really, but it's fine.
Not really. Okay, you're looking at further discounts.
Yeah, the last batch there was 20% discount on all of it, irrespective if you are an alumni or not.
The
I know
last
that as alumni I have to go for premium, right? But I think I saw 20% discount on all.
no,
So,
currently, trust me, currently you are not on a 50% discount. However, I can assure you that for what you'll be getting in the premium package, Rebecca, what you'll be getting in the premium package is gonna be 100% worth it. 100% worth it. Okay. If Well, what I would have told myself back then if I had gotten um, an offer like this is a life jacket, okay, and I'm being offered the life jacket. Now it's left to me to take it and pull myself out from the ocean to stand out, okay. Now, that's what I would have told myself back then. All right. And apparently, that's the advice that I can give to you. Okay, Rebecca, take this as, a life jacket being handed to you by specifically Abdullahi. Okay. I'm offering you that life jacket, and I hope that you pick it up and, you stand out. Trust me, from your profile, you look like someone who likes to stand out, because you actually do stand out from your profile picture here. Okay, you would want to do that same thing. All right, you would want to do that same thing, Rebecca. Okay,
All right. Thank you.
whether there is further discount or not. Okay, my team member has it again in the chat. You can copy the link, book your slot. Okay, book your slot. I don't know why I would have shown you guys what main stack looks like, but I have it loading and loading and loading, and it's pretty much not coming up. Main stack is not coming up. I don't know why that is happening. Don't know why that is happening. I think main stack has a beef with me today. I don't know why that is, but in the absence of that, guys, please, if you have any clarification, any question you want to ask, please do well to answer. Please do well to ask. I'll give you the answer. Okay, do well to ask, and I would give you the answer, guys. Okay, questions about qualifications. If I'm asking about qualifications. Now, your question is about qualifications and applications. The question is pretty much open-ended, because if you say about qualifications now, I don't know where you're coming from specifically, and about applications. So if you can speak, can do well to
Yeah, let me just jump in. Okay, so
fantastic.
thanks. Nice one. So for you gave a few testimonials. You know, I'm just a bit concerned. Did they have all of the relevant certifications
Now,
before, you know?
there is something people do say. I
Mm.
don't know if you've heard it before. Competence over credentials. Have you heard that before?
Yes, very
Competence
much.
over credentials. Fantastic. Now, what does that mean? Qualification is not as important as you showing the recruiters that you have the required skills to carrying out that job. No recruiter is going to try you out if you have all the qualifications and you don't have the relevant experience. Okay, let's say I have um you know um qualification in marketing, and I don't have the relevant experience, and I'm just going there and I'm telling them that, oh, I had learned to run ads this way. What you're going to be doing is you're telling them things that are vague. You're giving them abstract um experience. They're not going to give their industry to someone who has not had no hands-on. Okay, and that's why you're required to sell yourself. And by this, one thing that is very important is taking transferable skills. Oh no, you've not done this before, but you have the required qualifications. You've not done this before, but you have required qualifications. Like Ene, Ene is someone who had not been in that space of an actual data scientist. Okay, we had to write a reference for her, but she was working with an organization that was not, Amdari. Okay, she was working with an organization that was not Amdari, but she needed transferable skills. And what did we do? We had to help her transfer her skills down to, you know, being a data scientist, and she did land the role. In fact, her role is so fantastic, such that she's not just working as a data scientist, she is being paired to organizations. Now, the organization she's working with pairs her to other organizations where she goes there, and guess what, guys? She coach their data scientist team and tell them what to do and how to do what. Guys, That's a very fantastic role. Okay. Someone who has not been in that field is coaching people who are on the field in top organizations. Guys, that was what she was hired to do. Okay. That was what she was hired to do. She's not a coach, she's a data scientist, but she's there to tell them, do this, do that, do this. And trust me, beyond your imagination, someone who is getting into the field for the first time. I mean, when I saw the offer letter, I was wowed. I had my mouth open for a couple of seconds because of the figures I was seeing. Okay, now it's always what, guys, please, I need you to help me with what I mentioned about credentials. Guys, the two C's, the two C's, guys, always competence. Okay, always competence. If I specifically, it's always competence over credentials across board. Any recruiter. In fact, a lot of jobs that I had jumped on, contract roles I had jumped on in the past, trust me, none of them asked me if I was a certified Google analyst or a certified data analyst. None of them asked me for any certification. All I was getting was, we had seen your experience in this and that. Tell us how you had overcome so and so problem. And because I was able to tailor my response, okay, based off of how I was, using the STAR approach, okay, the STAR approach, the situation, the task, okay, the action that was required, and the result. Because I was able to, give them that using that approach. Trust me, it's wowed them, okay. Can I come in when you're done? Absolutely, please. You're free to speak. You're free to speak.
Okay, thanks. So, so I've held the role before. As currently,
Okay.
I'm in social care, right?
All right,
I'll
fantastic.
give you a bit of my background. Um, I was customer service manager back in Nigeria, and then I came over here, and then I got a role for software business analyst, which I held for 3 months.
Okay.
With Service Part. The Service Part is a company that owns a cost price quote platform. So it's pretty much like Salesforce. So my role was to manage a client here in the UK, about 3 or 4 clients. And I struggled a bit. Reason being because I was a customer service manager. I did a bit of IT, but I didn't have core analytical skills. It's one thing to learn the role. It's another thing to thrive on the job. I'm not saying, I'm just trying to understand if you do all of the LinkedIn, if you do the applications for the job, if I go in, say, for example, as a scrum master, I need to be able to manage product backlogs. I need to be able to manage a back-end development team. If I'm
Absolutely.
not exactly, so if I'm not hands-on on that, if I'm not coming with a bit of that experience, I would look like a round peg in a square hole. Is all I'm saying. So
Absolutely.
certifications give you
Um,
theory, they give you knowledge, but again, they don't give you hands-on, but at least they give you entry knowledge into IT. They give you an idea of what you're gonna. Are you guys gonna equip us with hands-on knowledge? Are you putting us through projects, or are these just applications to interviews and then to offers?
Now, I I want you to, I want you to first off, before I come to your question and answer it 100%, okay? Answer it 100%. I did make mention of something, okay? Now, I said something while I was I was presenting this screen. I don't know if you had heard it or paid attention to it. I said you are not just jump hunting, you are building your future. And I did say one thing that was very succinct. Okay, but I know you asked like 2 questions now. You asked the question around, absolutely. You asked the question around, you know, job hunting, experience. And I did say something here that while you're job hunting, you are building your future. One, please take notes. Then I said, even while you're on the job, you take the job like you're still building your future. You would want to do the job like you're in a competition, and put it that way, with other team members. And I'll give you an example. Okay, we for one of our participants, okay, who did land a role, and it's because you mentioned Salesforce. She was coming from Nigeria too as a customer service professional. Yetunde, and Yetunde did message me yesterday specifically because she wanted to enroll for something. Now, let me give you the background because I figured you both have something in common. What do you have in common? Here is it: customer service professional in Nigeria. Okay, and I told her in the interview, tell them it's one of the top banks in Central and Western Africa, Zenith Bank to be precise. I would mention it here because we have other Nigerians and they know which bank I'm talking about. Now she went there and she was required to do something around Salesforce. Okay, the current role is required to do something around Salesforce. I asked her to do something, all right, and that's how we prep you and that's how we mentor you. First off, read about Salesforce. She read about Salesforce and she came back and I asked her, now, from the knowledge from Salesforce, have you done that in your previous role? She mentioned yes. I said, please, that is how you answer the question to the recruiter. In essence, she's told the recruiter all the things that she has done. I mentioned that she has not actually used Salesforce hands-on. And trust me, there was one thing the recruiter did mention that I appreciated after listening to their conversation. Recruiter said, what you have mentioned you had done with Zenith Bank is exactly what Salesforce is. All right, exactly what Salesforce is. Now, getting that job, she would not just stay on the job and expect to have the knowledge 100%. She is required to, gain appropriate knowledge. Now, my banner above me, I'm Dari, Talent Loop. She reached out to me yesterday saying that, oh, please, she wants to take Scrum Master courses with us. Okay. Now, Yetunde has data analytics, technical know-how, but she's into um, customer service, like yourself, the analytics part. She has that. Now, because she was employed to manage other people, that was an opening role, a new role, open department, new department in the organization. Now, she has new team members. Now she needs to monitor them. She wants to take Scrum Master role. Before it comes to her as a challenge, she doesn't want to lose her job. Guys, she doesn't want to. She messaged me yesterday and she asked me how we could assist her. I decided to do was to refer her to our sister organization. Guys, my banner up, my banner. Yeah, I'm seeing myself. I'm pointing at it. My banner up. I'm Dari. Okay, I'm Dari's sister organization for Talent Loop. We help you gain the appropriate knowledge that you require to excel on that role through internship. Okay, through internship. And guys, just like Ene from my slides, if you want from scratch, you're a tech professional from scratch, or you just want to transition into tech, okay, we have a sister organization, Talent Loop. I'm sorry, I'm just so in love with Talent Loop, Tenalytics, okay, Tenalytics. And please, Grace, my colleague, please, if you can get the Clarity link where they can book their Calendly session, Clarity call one-on-one with one of us. So someone like if I can, book a one-on-one, we could have in-depth conversation with him and how Dari can help me. Thank you very much for that, Grace. Thank you very much for that. So if you want to move for that, you want to you want us to equip you with the required knowledge, technical know-how to excel on that, please click on that link, book a call. Okay, book a call. We'll definitely give you the appropriate skill set and what is required for you to excel. All right, Ifeanyi, thank you very much for that. I've seen that you mentioned that we will do, and I appreciate the fact that you appreciate us. All right, and this is what we like to do, and we do it. If I wouldn't say this is what we do best, but this is actually what we do best. Okay, ensuring that you stand out differently. Okay, ensuring that you stand out differently. I appreciate that. If I Guys, is there any other person on the call who needs clarity on a thing or two, and who wants to ask the question. Any other person who wants to ask a question, I'll be more than happy to take it. More than happy to take it. Okay, in the absence of that, I think it's safe to call it a good night from here. Very fantastic session with you guys. Okay, very fantastic session with you guys. All right, Rebecca. Rebecca, I'm hoping to see you soon. Oh, James has his hands.